Number 7. The trust your gut glitch. Intuition. That magical whisper from your subconscious that says, "Don't go in there," or "This guy is totally lying about loving cats." Sometimes it's spot on. Other times, it's just your brain running outdated software on modern problems. Let's talk about the gut instinct, your internal compass forged in prehistoric chaos. It evolved to process subtle cues like body language or vocal tone faster than your conscious brain. But here's the kicker. It's also riddled with biases, outdated fears, and pattern recognition errors. Basically, it's a fast but wildly unreliable guess engine. Ever avoided someone just because they seemed off, only to realize later it was just your brain confusing them with your weird ex? That's your gut. It's not always warning you about danger. It might just be reacting to facial hair or a tone of voice that reminds you of middle school gym teachers. The bigger issue? In life or death scenarios, people hesitate because their gut gives mixed signals. Should I run? Should I wait? Is that just a weird shadow or something worse? Spoiler: hesitation equals danger. In real emergencies, relying on vibes instead of training or logic can literally cost lives. So while your gut is fun for first dates and picking salad dressings, maybe don't let it solo pilot your survival plan. Number 6. Your useless pain delay. Picture this. You accidentally touch a hot pan. It takes about a second to feel it. Just enough time to really commit to the mistake. That weird little delay? It's your body's version of loading a pop-up notification that says, "Hey, bad news." The reason for this lag is that pain has to travel from wherever it starts, up your nerves, to your brain. And guess what? Not all pain signals travel at the same speed. Sharp pain? Express train. Dull, throbbing pain? Local bus with several emotional layovers. In life-threatening situations, that delay can be fatal. Like, if you're injured in a car crash but feel fine, you might walk away, only to collapse later because your body was busy numbing you with adrenaline and pretending everything was cool. Even worse, soldiers and athletes sometimes don't notice catastrophic injuries until hours later, because their body decides, "Hey, let's pretend nothing happened so we can keep fighting, scoring, touristing." Pain is your brain's alarm system, but it's a clunky one. It's like getting a smoke detector that only goes off once the kitchen's already on fire. Your body means well. It's just not great at being fast. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. Number 5. The stupid confidence reflex. Let's talk about something dangerously charming. Your brain's overconfidence bug. You know, that thing where you think you can totally fix your plumbing without YouTube, or walk through a sketchy shortcut because you have a good sense of direction, or casually hike alone because you've seen enough nature documentaries to survive. This instinct came from our ancestors needing to believe they'd succeed, or they'd never take the risks needed to hunt mammoths or argue with their in-laws. Confidence is a survival booster, until it isn't. Today, this manifests in people driving through floods. It's probably shallow. Ignoring warning signs, that cliff doesn't look unstable, or thinking they can outrun a bear. You cannot. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and it's the brain's special talent for giving you max confidence at the exact moment your actual knowledge hits zero. You literally don't know enough to know how much you don't know. Delicious. So the next time you hear yourself say, "I got this," in a survival situation, maybe ask if that's confidence, or a prehistoric brain trying to get you eaten by a vending machine. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. Number 4. The wait for authority. Instinct. You're in a building and the fire alarm goes off. People glance at each other. You think, is this a drill? Should I leave? Surely someone will tell us what to do. So you wait, and maybe die a little inside, and potentially outside too. Welcome to the deeply ingrained instinct of deferring to authority, aka some adultier adult will handle this. It's the same psychological wiring that kept you safe as a caveman toddler, but now it can leave you frozen in a hotel lobby while smoke pours in from the stairwell. In psychology, it's called social proof and authority bias. Your brain looks to others, especially people in perceived power, for cues on how to behave. If they're calm, you stay put. If they're panicking, then and only then do you activate panic mode. Unfortunately, disasters often don't come with a guy in a vest saying, "Follow me to safety." And in situations like plane crashes, fires, or earthquakes, the people who survive aren't the ones waiting for instructions. They're the ones already halfway to the exit while others are still deciding whether to grab their laptop. The lesson? Your brain wants someone else to take charge. But if nobody does, and you're still sitting there hoping for permission to not die, you're not being polite. You're being dangerously obedient. Number 3. The illusion of familiarity. Let's say you're in a parking garage. It's late. You think you know where your car is. You take the usual turn, but something feels off. Still, you keep walking. After all, this is your routine. Your instincts say you're fine. Spoiler alert, they don't care if you're wrong. Familiarity is one of the most misleading safety cues we have. When something feels normal, when you've done this a million times, your brain lowers its guard, cuts corners, and lets your internal autopilot do the driving. That's how you end up tripping into danger with a latte in one hand and your situational awareness in the trash. Psychologists call this the normalcy bias. It's your brain's habit of assuming everything is fine because it usually is. This is great for day-to-day peace of mind, but awful when things are actually going sideways. Think, ignoring warning signs because this kind of thing doesn't happen here. Or underreacting to emergencies because they don't match your internal sitcom script. People literally walk into disasters because their brain refuses to accept something out of the ordinary is happening. Fires, floods, even active shooter situations. Victims sometimes do nothing simply because what's happening doesn't feel real. Their brain is stuck in Tuesday mode while reality is on fire. Basically, your instincts are like, if it looks normal, it is normal, until it's not. And then you're 20 seconds behind the people who didn't let routine make them blind. Number 2. The friendly face trap. Picture this. Someone smiles at you in a parking lot. They seem nice, harmless, maybe even charming. Your guard goes down just a little because, hey, they don't look dangerous. But friendly faces have fooled everyone from pickpockets to literal serial killers. Welcome to your brain's terrible judgment of strangers. You're biologically wired to trust people who look like they belong. That instinct comes from thousands of years of needing to read social cues quickly. Who's in the tribe, who's safe, who's sketchy. But in the modern world, bad actors know this. And they're not showing up with twirly mustaches and dramatic villain music. Instead, they use social engineering, the manipulation of your instincts to trust, help, or avoid awkwardness. That includes overly polite strangers, fake emergencies, or the classic, "Can I just borrow your phone?" scenario. Your instinct to be polite, helpful, or socially smooth is exactly what they're exploiting. Your brain wants to avoid confrontation way more than it wants to question someone who seems nice, especially if they smile. Irony? We teach kids about stranger danger, but adults fall for this all the time, because a well-dressed person with a charming tone feels safe. That's the trick. So yes, trust your instincts, but also update their software. Smiles can be lies, and charm can be a con. Number 1. The herd mentality hazard. You're at a crowded concert. Someone yells, "Fire!" One person runs. Then 10. Then everyone. You don't even know what's happening, but your legs go, "I volunteer as tribute." And now you're sprinting alongside a stampede of sweaty panic. Welcome to herd mentality, a survival instinct that assumes the group knows something you don't. And it can save you or trample you. This instinct is ancient. Back in our tribal days, sticking with the group was protection. If your clan ran from a noise in the bushes, you ran too. Nobody wanted to be the lone genius mauled by a bear. But today, the group might be wrong. The threat could be fake. And suddenly you're climbing over people, crushing others, or causing the very disaster you're trying to avoid. Herd behavior has led to real tragedies in stadiums, clubs, and protests. Situations where fear plus bodies plus exits equals recipe for chaos. Psychologists call it de-individuation. Your brain merges with the crowd. You stop thinking like you. That's when instincts go full lemming mode. And guess what? Lemmings don't actually jump off cliffs, but people do. Metaphorically, and sometimes literally, all thanks to this perfectly normal survival trick. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.